All right, here's the first problem that we're going to look at to practice, and then you're going to do a problem similar to this in the next slide, okay? So, Jean has 2 bags of colored beads. One bag contains 165 beads, and the other bag contains 232 beads. Approximately, how many beads are there in the 2 bags? The word approximately, we are going to round. Okay, when you see that word, that means you are going to be rounding. One bag has 165 beads. The other bag has 232 beads. Well, if I look at my answer choices, they rounded to the nearest 10. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to round to the nearest 10. 165. When we're rounding, we're going to underline the place value that we're rounding to, and we're going to put an arrow to what's going to help us round. 4 or less, let it rest. 5 or more, up the score. So 165, I have a 5, it's going to tell me to up the score. My 6 needs to do some work. Turns into a 7. 165 rounds to 170. 232, 232, 232, and remember, we're rounding to the nearest 10. I'm going to underline my 10s place, put an arrow to my 1s place because that's going to help me. 4 or less, let it rest. 5 or more, up the score. This is a 4 or less, so my 3 doesn't have to do anything. It gets to be lazy and it stays the same. Everything else after the 3 becomes a 0, and then I bring down my 200. So now I have my numbers rounded, and now I'm going to make my strip diagram. Remember, the whole goes on top, and the parts go on bottom. Sometimes you're going to have more than 2 parts. Sometimes you'll have 3 parts or 4 parts. In this case, we only have 2. He just has 2 bags. So I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to label this bag 1, bag 2. This is the total number of beads. Okay? Labeling is very important. This is going to help me understand if you know the problem. This is also going to show you if you understand the problem. Do I know the total number of beads? Approximately how many beads are there in 2 bags? I do not know the total number of beads, but I do know in bag 1, he has 170 approximately, and in bag 2, he has 230. I'm not writing the non-rounded number. I'm writing the rounded number because my answer is going to be rounded. So I can add these 2 up. Well, I'm going to use some place value discs. 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 230, 100, 200, 1, 2, 3. 100, 2, or 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So I'm going to take all of these and I'm going to regroup it to 100, 100, 200, 300, 400. Approximately 400 beads. If you wanted to, you could have also just added these. 170, 230, but I'm going to expand them. 100 plus 70, 200 plus 30. 70 plus 30 is 100. I'm going to put 100 up here. That is 400. 400 plus 0 equals 400. 400 beads.